If it's pressure, then we sure to bust. You ain't know we came to be victorious. No pain, no gain for the glorious. Haters always try to switch the story up. Why walk kind of far, talk sort of tough. Let's do it. Small hillers, fam, the streets need more of us. And Zigga came down, and that turned the toy up. This is a message to the warriors. Never lower your guards, keep high your calibers. Like that is a desert storm, know you wanna live fabulous. You ain't gotta go low nose away with the packages. Might ball a couple seasons, get to traveling, get caught trafficking now. 25 to life, your averages. Violence is the result of being stolen by savages. Ain't no cavalry coming, no horses or no carriages. Know the ancestors in heaven building the palaces. My grip on the 40 giving me calluses. Seen pride, swallow the talented. Got folks behind bars trying to get updated like statuses. Crackers hate to see us move and wish for paralysis. Get killed mocking them birds. We put the pistol to Atticus. It's splattered with centillion adamant, and that ain't it. Vengeance is mandatory. Your sister's the man of glory. If I come up empty, they gon' have to end my story. If it's pressure, then we sure to bust. You ain't know we came to be victorious. No pain, no gain for the glorious. Haters always try to switch the story up. Why walk kind of far, talk sort of tough. Let's do it. Small hillers, fam, the streets need more of us. And Zigga came down, and that turned the toy up. This is a message to the warriors.
Too much books, not enough jab, cross, hook. Gonna leave your black ass kaput. War garners casualties, no lifetime guarantee. Fight to win, be disciplined with tenacity. Warrior code and ethics, don't be soft or chauvinist.
If it's pressure, then we sure to bust. You ain't know we came to be victorious.
Good evening, family. Welcome to another edition of Thorough Black Talk with your sister Keisha, your brother Tad, and your brother Ashe SJ. Will be joining us shortly. Hope everybody's ready tonight. You know, a lot of shenanigans are going on, a lot of foolery is going on, but we're going to deal with a lot of it tonight. So hope you buckle up your seatbelts and get ready so we can go in with our brother, Dr. Randy Short, and hopefully a little later on, Sister Latoyia will be able to join us. Yes, I'm rocking Mess in a Bottle tonight. Respectfully, I'm from Brooklyn. You already know what it is. No shenanigans over here. Brooklyn thorough. That's how we roll. So we appreciate you joining us on the Brooklyn Bridge this evening, family. We're going to go through some quick shout outs. I want to give some quick shout outs to our recent winners of our t-shirt contest with courtesy of attorney Easily Dunto, Free Haiti Movement, all of the winners who received their t-shirts. We thank you, we appreciate you, and keep tuning in. Keep those comments coming and those questions coming, and you too might win a t-shirt. And If you have a black business and you would like to partner with Thorough Black Talk Worldview to promote your product, we'll wear your t-shirts, we'll give them away, we'll wear your hats, we'll give them away, even your footwear. I'm going to post a link in the chat box a little later where you can get Dr. Randy Shaw's book, where you can check out the documentary film Buck Breaking. We're going to show the trailer for that as well. But quick shout outs, and then we're going to bring Dr. Short right in because I know he's busy. He got some classes to teach a little later on. So shout out to Brother Magnetic Peace Tyson, always in the building, Brooklyn Thorough. That's what I'm talking about. I know he's down in the Kakalaki, but he's always Brooklyn Thorough. Abibi Fahodie, Sister Farnessa, glad to have you with us tonight. Sister Latoyia, Natural Hair Mag in the building. That's right. We're going to represent you tonight, Queen. I know you out there doing community work, helping another black business. You see what I'm saying? She always on the front line. You got the crazies coming at her ridiculously. So we're going to deal with all that. Peace, Brother Kev. Nice to be with you tonight. Again, my condolences to you and your family. I know you recently lost a loved one, but you are always in our thoughts and prayers here on Thorough Black Talk. Sister Amanetu, I know you got your shirt, waiting for the photo so we can send to our sister Easily Danto. We like to let our partners know we do exactly what they want us to do with their product. So we don't play no games over here. We keep it honest. We keep it thorough. Brother Edie Amin on the West Coast. Nice that you are here with us, but I'm not going to hold you up no further. Brother Ray in the building. Great presentation with the Brooklyn Mackey study group, history study group last night. For those of you who follow us on Facebook, you know the link was posted last night. So if you missed the history hitman, Brother Mike Graves, hopefully you'll catch him another time. So thank you, Brother Ray, always on the check-in. But without further ado, we got our brother, Dr. Randy Short in the building. How are you, brother? What's good with you? How you feeling, first of all?
Who you gonna call? Coon Busters. How are you, my beloved sister? I'm gonna say this about you. You're one of the most consistent black anything I've ever met. From the first day I met you at the Thurgood Marshall Center, I says, damn, you're a general. Who are you? Remember? I says, God, sis, you're powerful. My God, are you running this organization? Nobody told me. And you were just out helping people. And I says, God, I've met a Fannie Lou Hamer. They actually still sisters like you. And I have never wavered in my love and respect for you as a great black woman. Let me tell you something. It's women like you that motivates some of us black men to be more of a man than what we ordinarily would be. Your husband is a blessed man. Your family's blessed to have you. And when I compliment people, most people know if I have something nice to say, it's true. If I have a situation or a problem, I can always call you, as busy as you are, and you try to get in touch with me. And I thank you for all that you've done for me. I don't forget. I thank you for how you helped me get to know Mother Leola Maddox. I will always, in fact, that's why I'm angry with the Negro up there that didn't give me the shirt. I really love that woman. I mean, you are my connection to New York. When people ask me about New York, I tell them, I'm going to ask Sister Keisha. I don't trust the New York Times. I want to hear what you say is exactly what I go with. When you step, I'm there with you. So God bless you. We love and admire you. And I want to make an invitation to you and your audience. I just put in a mission statement today for a new publication that's called The People's Report. It will be a pro-black, pro-heterosexual, pro-life, pro-business publication. It won't be like Black Agenda Report, which I'm the owner of. In case nobody knows this, I'm a co-founder. I'm either the second or third person to start Black Agenda Report. And as of a few weeks ago, I am the owner of it. There's some issues that have to be worked out. I hope that they work out to the better. If not, the People's Report is going to be the spear tip of speaking truth to power. I'm talking about going after coons in the Democratic Party, Republican Party, and I'm sorry to people like Talib Kweli, who I am going to deal with, okay? And if I have to have a fight with his more famous friend, hint, hint, Netflix, I want to let you understand I may be broke, but I ain't broken. I might be poor, but I ain't powerless. Okay, I believe in the Most High God, just like you do. And if God is for me, nobody, even with a gold record, although I will say this to you, Mr. Kweli, or whatever you are, you ain't sold a million and you ain't in a trillion. You guys are washed up, phony agent provocateurs. And you're lucky. I'm sick and tired of the BS. I'm sick and tired of coon preachers. I won't use the N word as much as I love it because I see the behavior. But sister, I want you to know that we've declared war on coons, the boule, nigglings, Negroidians, blacknecks, Biden sexuals, sexuality coons. If you victimize Black women and babies, in fact, sister, I want to challenge you tonight. In as much as folks are after R. Kelly, we need to reopen the case for Africa Bambaataa and bring his ass into court. Because there are a whole bunch of these fake, no good, trash talking, Holly weird perverts who masquerade as activists, who go around and create confusion and deviance all over the country, and they have a bankroll. Somebody like you hasn't gotten 1% of the money, no matter how much service you do, as some of these trash. I mean, these folks don't even have any talent. None. Okay? I was on the phone today, and I'll call back. I'll call at the beginning of November. One of the people I really love is a sister by the name of Brenda Holloway, who is a contemporary of Diana Ross and Mary Wells. Her husband died September 1st, right? And it's a good sister, okay? She has a talent. She can still sing. You could put her out in the corner and make her homeless, and she could bring tears to your eyes because she's got a gift. You compare this to these auto-tune, pansexual, non-binary coons who've been helped by racist Zionists to deceive, manipulate, promote drug abuse, promote pedophilia on the down low. They've done this stuff for a long time, and they've been given. You and I don't have the same platform as these folks that promote deviance, perversion, confusion, STD transmission, and everything else. They're the ones that get all the love and the attention, and they're the ones that speak for our generation. It isn't fair. I object to the fact that you and I and other people, whether we worked on the grassroots or went to the academy the right way, without criminal records, without a range of other things. And I'm thinking about this, and I saw this happen back in the late 1980s, that they decided to let all these trash and deviant, non-gifted rappers, not the ones that we loved, not the ones that really made it fun, that were cool, or the ones that were promoting consciousness, but they let all these deviant, weed-promoting, anti-female, anti-family. And by the way, they run with the eugenicists, leftists who want us aborted. They're now pushing vaccine. They're pushing everything our community hates, and they are down low queers. They've given them the platform, and no matter what you have, whether I'm ABD, PhD, and a couple of masters, you mean any old person that sucked on an old Khazarian man's penis somewhere in Hollywood, or down on 1619, what's that place? You know what I'm talking about. It's on Manhattan, on 54th Street, whatever. You suck a penis in there on a Khazarian, and you get to be the speaker. You get to be the person that articulates reality and the situation of our people. I don't think it's fair. And by the way, so not only people like you and I, we went to school, we worked in our communities. I mean, and we don't have anything to say. And a lot of people guilty. I'm not trying to make any enemies, but the Nation of Islam has promoted the rap community as the voice of Black people. The Congressional Black Caucus and all these people have let all of these trashy deviants be the voice of our people for the last 35 years. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
I feel you, brother. I feel you. Let's because I know you gotta go at 9. So
Right.
I really want to get into what took place
Right.
on
Let's
Instagram
do
with
it.
Natural Hair Mag.
Yes.
There was a post that was introduced by Brother Dewan B on
That's
his
correct.
page, if that's correct. And she made a comment, if you will, and I believe she may have tagged Talib Kweli in that.
No.
Could you just give us the backstory? Let us know
It's
what
slightly
happened.
different. It's different from what you're saying.
Okay,
First
go
and
ahead.
foremost, I am a Black nationalist, and I believe that the editor and owner of Natural Hair Magazine is a nationalist as well. We love our people. We will do whatever we can with what little we can to promote and help, whether we're promoting people respecting themselves, loving your hair, loving your nose, loving your body, loving the sex, your biological DNA sex, whatever it is, that's where we are. And we speak truth to white supremacy and to coon inferiority. That's what Natural Hair Magazine, that has 1.2 million followers. I'm a commentator. It is Black owned. It's pro-Black. It's anti-Democratic Party, and it's anti the racists in the Republican Party. It's anti anything that's not pro-Black. Okay? What happened is the sister, who is a true sister like you, who's a married Black woman, who's a business owner, who carries a job. She's a mother. She loves Black people, Black women and Black men, Black babies. She was angry because this pedophile creep by the name of Joe Biden, who's a descendant of slave owners and everything else, that this man stormed out of a UN meeting where people were talking about them cutting a check for us and ended the cops murdering our people in real time. And he stormed out of the meeting. She was so angry, she flipped like the true Harriet Tubman, Fannie Lou Hamer, Keisha Forrester, Hopkins Forrester. And by the way, I have relatives named Hopkins, so we might be cousins. She flipped and she began denouncing Biden. Talib Kweli attacked her for attacking Biden for refusing to support Black people getting reparations and being protected from police murder and mass incarceration. That's why he attacked her, because he's paid by the Democratic Party. He's a Bernie Coon boy, and he's a Biden boy with the small b. And if it was a 5-letter B word, it'd be a small b too. Look.
So I saw some of the chatter. Hold on. I saw some of the chatter that was going on, and this went on for over a week.
That's right.
If I believe.
Because what happened is when he came at her, disrespect, she said, how come you guys in the boule won't stand up for Black people getting reparations? Why won't you guys stand up for us? And he flipped, and he went from attacking her to attacking Dawn B. Then he got back to her, and then she says, he called her a Nazi. Okay, I want to say to you that I am a descendant of Holocaust survivors. My godmother's a Jew that escaped Hitler in Russia. My great uncle was experimented on by the Nazis in Belgium in December 1944. What you call AIDS was initially used on Black captives by the Germans in 1944. That's what happened to the patriarch of my family. So when anybody says any damn Nazi thing to me, I piss. It pisses me off.
Yeah, I personally found that to be a little bit harsh. That he would say that he would call a Black woman a Nazi.
Yes,
that is an oxymoron in itself.
It's an oxymoron in itself. And Biden works for the DuPonts who supplied the Zyklon B to kill the Jews in Europe. Okay, so what's the people that pay him are descendants of the people that not only killed Jews, but they killed thousands of blacks that were captured, that fought in the French and British army in Europe. This is a fact. And they killed quite a few black Americans. Some of them were massacred by Nazis. They've never got a check. I've never been paid for Joseph Reddick Short, who served in World War I and World War II. Okay, and the Nazis experimented on him. How dare him say that to my friend? And then think, when she mentioned my name to him, he didn't have anything to say. Now, you saw what I said to him. And I mean what I say. I don't care if he doesn't like it. And he can bring anybody. If I dare him, you can bring your friends. If he brings Cornel West, I'll destroy his ungroomed ass just as sure as I'll do his. To leave me the hell alone. I don't want to have a fight. I love the Chappelles, but Dave Chappelle needs to pick his friends more carefully. Okay. And some folk have smoked a little too much cannabis for my liking. And I say, I'm of the opinion that I have heard that there are other people that know him that think maybe y'all need to lay off some of the smoke and do some thinking. And just because white folk love you don't mean we do.
Yeah,
so that's what
also
happened.
too,
And so
we
when
gonna
he
get
attacked
right to the
Dewan
letter. We're gonna get
Dewan,
right to the letter that you sent him. But also what I read in the comments that really disturbed me is that someone made an insinuation, if you will, that he had a relationship, if you will, with a former porn star, Sarah J. In a joking type of way, that comment was made. Anyway, I saw that he pretty much got in his feelings, but he was quick to defend this former porn star,
mhm,
but call a black woman a Nazi.
was a porn star white.
Yes, Sarah
Okay,
J.
look, let's just deal with this because I'm angry. I'm an honest person. Okay, I try to be honest. Okay, if I mean any issue you talk about, like my great aunt who saved my grandfather from a lynch mob was a bull dagger that looked like a black Dick Van Dyke with a ponytail. This is fact. I'm honest. I'm not trying to lie to nobody about nothing. Okay, my great grandfather was a Jamaican. Okay, 200 years ago, people in my family moved back and forth between what's called Haiti, Hispaniola, and Southern Maryland. So I got some Dominican and Haitian and Brazilian and Barbadian and Trinidadian relatives and Canadian relatives because that's just how it is. But my folks were in the dismal swamp trying to help Nat Turner out almost 200 years ago. I am in this country. Here's where I stand. I love the diaspora, but I resent first, second, third, or fourth generation diasporans coming here with no respect. I've traveled the world. I have friends at every area of the world that are black, whether it's Cuba, whether it's the Dominican Republic, whether it's Haiti, whether it's Brazil, whether it's England, France, right? And I respect people. I don't mess over their women when I travel, whatever. But I resent that there is a conspiracy of foreign blacks who are anti-black American, okay? And they are agents. And I would say, let me give you a third generation Caribbean American. It's Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's grandmother is a product of a rape from a white man that raped a black woman in the Caribbean. Let's just, I'm gonna just say that, put that out there. Yes, I said it. So he's Caribbean. Most Def is Caribbean. A whole bunch of these people, Wycliffe Jean and whatever, oftentimes are in the pocket or managed by Zionists or the intelligence agencies to repress and misguide younger black people as a new, updated, goalpost moved COINTELCOUNTERPRO project. And like I said, I couldn't care a damn about snaggletooth, ungroomed Cornel West or Conman West. I mean, Negro claims he's pro-black and he won't patronize black barbers. That's the least that coon could do. Okay? So This is why we got pissed. Okay. And as I said, I don't deny, I don't lie to folks. Yes, I didn't know that my family had this Haitian Dominican thing. I'm I always thought I'm a black American from the South. I learned it's a big secret. And back then when people came here, they didn't try to stand apart from black Americans like all the other people. Asians and others used to live amongst us. Now there's this group that doesn't remember Joseph, that doesn't remember we saved all their asses. We're the ones that have opened the doors and kicked in the walls for everybody to get, and we're the ones that they're victimizing. And that includes the Somalis and all the other people come over here that either sell dope, they're involved in human trafficking, they denigrate us, they snitch on us, they spy on us. Ethiopians too. These folks need to be told, take a damn step back. And I am, again, my cousin, Dr. Michael Battle, was the first United States ambassador to the African Union. I am not in any way anti-people from anywhere else. Last time I had a girlfriend, they were Rwandese. I'm not mad.
Right. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, because you have to respect where you are.
That's right.
Where you land at. It's just like you said, when we travel abroad, we respect the cultures and the tribal norms of those we visit.
That's correct.
And oftentimes, as you said, when our people from the diaspora travel here and reside here, there is a disdain.
Yes,
for,
and they're paid.
African Americans.
They use us to get into the country and then immediately volunteer or for pennies on the dollar betray us. This is a fact. And we got to deal with that. Okay. And this is an issue. Now, like Ezeli Danto, let me just say this. I was on the phone with Raymond Fauntroy. Raymond Fauntroy is a younger brother of Congressman Walter Fauntroy, who was Martin Luther King's second in line. COINTELPRO messed it up where he didn't take over the movement, and you got that sorry pedophile named Ralph Abernathy as head of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Yes, I said it. Anyway, Ray Fauntroy is responsible for getting the Haitians out of concentration camps in Florida. Do the Haitians remember him? Do the Haitians send him $1 or say at least? No. These Haitians become rich, famous, not a penny for Ray. We're used by other people, and we have to stop doing it. Okay? Does Ezeli talk about Ray? Does she promote Ray? No. They'll talk about what Black Americans don't do for them. And when they come to us, they always want something. Give us this, do this, give us, give. When they deal with white people, they pay them. We have to stop this. And on top of that, we've got to bust down Talib Kweli. I had my pediatrician when I was young was a man by the name of Dr. Edward Fisher. He was a Jamaican. He's almost the spitting image of Talib Kweli's father. Talib Kweli's father looks like a Dougla. You know what I'm talking about because you got a husband from Jamaica. You know the Dougla is an African, Asian, possibly European, Indian mix. They have a certain skin tone. When you look at Talib Kweli's father, who retired back in 2020, he looks like a Jamaican. Okay, I know what to look for. And we need to out him. And all the other Caribbeans who are backstabber.
Just to be fair, you know I do it fair. He said that his people ain't from the islands and that they from the South. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, the islands are the South. It's south of Florida.
Well, and as I said before, we have a mixture, if you will, like the great Henry Highland Garnett, born and enslaved here, spent many years of his life living abroad in Jamaica to returning back home to Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
So we do have that duality. But in your defense, as you said, a lot of people do not thank the work that we have done. And I will quote the father of Ramarley Graham. When he was murdered.
Frank Graham, who's a friend of mine.
Hold on. When he was murdered, and we went up to the Bronx to meet with the family, And he said, when I came here, when my family came here, we came here to better ourselves, to make money for ourselves, to take care of ourselves and our family back home. He said, I wanted nothing to do with any type of movement until it happened to me.
Mhm.
Until it happened to me.
Until
So, and I hear that a lot.
from
There's
Amadou
some others I
Diallo's
can name,
family,
but
Amadou
I won't.
Diallo's family, same thing. None of
Mhm.
them care. See what they do, and this is the scam of the foreign black here. They use us as human shields for them to advance in a racist society without giving it up anything. They've got no skin in the game, and yet they get all the equity out of the game. Okay. If they do something great, they're quick to differentiate themselves from us. If they do something infamous, like who's the guy who shot at the people in the subway who's Caribbean? Help me. Come on, give me the name. You know,
Ferguson.
Colin Ferguson. Thank you.
Yes. Mhm.
When they commit a crime, they're counted as part of the Black American community. When they do something great, they shunt us aside. Okay, and it is despicable. When Icon, who was taught drumming by my cousin, Paul Lancaster, a master drummer, he's a brother. Now that he's famous, does he know Paul? Does he even mention him? No. And that's the same thing that white America done to us. They're no different from white Americans. And it's time for us to stop being the bottom bitches of everybody. And we should only help to advance ourselves. At the same time, sister, if anybody blesses my Cash App, I want to let you know, as much as I don't like folks messing with us, because I have family in Guinea Bissau, I got a friend that had a heart attack. I'm going to send them some money. I adopted Nigeria. I got a family I adopted in Uganda. So I want people to know my heart is big, but my main struggle is here. And by the way, Sister Keisha, I have worked with people from Latin America, Brazil, all over the African continent. And right here, I can no longer afford to help the Oromo, to help the Dinka, to help the Nuer, right? To help the colored.
Hold on. I think you freezing up. Hold on one second. I think you froze up there. Can you hear him, Ashe?
Nah, he froze.
Yeah, he froze.
There you go. He back.
Can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said to you that I, ooh, I recognized some time ago that
Yeah. It keeps freezing. It keeps freezing. But,
hello,
yep, there you
yeah,
go.
no,
You back.
because we're talking real stuff.
That's what happens. That's what happens. Thank you to DJ Quick for hosting me on Twitch. Go ahead. Finish.
Sister Keisha,
Pull him
Yeah,
out. Put him
you
back.
hello,
keep freezing. You keep freezing. You might I mean
can you hear
let
me?
me pull you out and bring you back in. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, I got you back. Got you back.
Okay,
You back.
can you hear?
Yo.
Care. I really don't care.
Yeah, there's a problem, Dr. Shaw. They want you to be quiet. You gotta be quiet tonight. You hitting too many hammers. You hitting too many hammers. Let me try to pull you out and bring you back one more time. Okay, go ahead. Say something.
Nah, he gotta actually like leave. Like
Yeah,
this
you
browser.
Hello.
gotta leave. Get out and re-click the link, and we'll bring you back in. You got another 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So we'll
like
bring you back in because I want to get with this letter.
close your web browser and then reopen it and come right back in.
So again, family, while we get these kinks worked out behind the scenes, we have with us tonight Dr. Randy Short, and he is getting into the gist of this week-long Instagram back and forth between Talib Kweli and some other people on Brother Dewan B's page. And shout out to Brother Dewan B. He got involved because um, Talib attacked or referred to Sister Latoyia as a Nazi. So he got into it. So you're not going to disrespect nobody who comes and make commentary here. And Talib Kweli got in his feelings, and it was a back and forth, back and forth. There was some verbal assaults that went back and forth. People talk about people mothers and all kind of foolish. But um, I know real men, especially men I hang around, men in my family and men from where I said respectfully, I'm from Brooklyn. They not gonna sit and argue with you on social media. That's not what real people do. Like, you don't even know these people, so why go back and forth? But that's neither here nor there. He did for several days, trying to defend his point of view, but kept digging himself in a deeper hole, especially when he started talking about his love and respect for this porn star or former porn star, whatever the hell she is. I have no idea. Never heard of her. Don't know nothing about that. And he got in his feelings, and he's still in his feelings. But my problem and was the verbal assaults that he kept throwing, expecting people to back down. And it just amped and fueled the fire even more. But to see two black men or several black men, first started off with Dewan B and then Dr. Short and then others, come in defense of this sister, because oftentimes you hear, you know, black men don't do nothing. Black men don't say nothing when something go down. Well, that was not the case at all. And they put it all on the line, defending this system. And all she did was have an opinion about his connection to various political entities. And coming on a post, making a comment, that was her right to do so. But to see these two black men stand up for her in such a big way is something to be commended, because our brothers get beaten up so much, especially in as Brother Omar Wali. And shout out to Brother Omar Wali Africa when he talks about the manosphere and how black men are shunned and looked down upon and called weak and this, that, and the third. These men stood up for her out the gate. So I just wanted to commend that, and hopefully we'll get him back in so we can read his letter that I have in queue, and then we can move on to some other things that are very poignant right now in the country, and particular with us. Something that Dr. Short said, Brother Ashe, is that there is a severe disconnect when people come from the diaspora. Here, they have an objective of who we are. Those of us who grew up here, who live here, who work here, whose ancestors toiled here. And as Brother Peace said, I believe earlier, here it is. He said, that's a major problem we have among ourselves. Slavery schooled us up real good to create division within the family based on place of birth, skin tone, language, and the list goes on. And I agree with that perspective. But in this day and time, where technology is literally at your fingertips, and I learned this from Dr. Aaron Connor herself, former spokesperson for the African Union. And she said, it is no excuse for those in the diaspora, in particular the continent, to not want to learn, connect, work with, and build with your brothers and sisters here in the United States. We do ourselves a disservice. And, as Dr. Short pointed out, um, even when you go to various native lands, it is different than they are here. Jamaicans in Jamaica is different than they are here. I guess they get a battery in their back sometimes when they come here because we love Garvey here more than they do in Jamaica. And I can promise you that. From the countryside to the city, um, you could pick one spot. You could pick the lowest population of black people in the United States, and they will have more love for Marcus Garvey than the entire country of Jamaica. They have more of an affirmed love for Bob Marley than Marcus Messiah Garvey. In fact, um, the currency, Garvey is on the lowest denomination of currency there. And I think that particular currency is fading out as they upgrade. That may fade out. There is a wonderful, if you will, Peter Tosh Museum in downtown Kingston. But you would never hear people who are Jamaican who now reside in the United States ever speak about any of that at all. When they go back home, you can see it in the airports. I'm sure those of you who have family members or loved ones, or even just travel to other places, you see it's about showing off, if you will. They want to go back home. They want to show off, what they have or what they've accompanied. I happen to be married to a Jamaican man whose first cousin is one of the most radical political prisoners that the island has ever had, David Cortez. Um, and believe it or not, I had to teach my in-laws that history because they didn't even know. So, or pretended not to know. But as Brother P said, there was a lot of things done to separate us. But in this time, when you literally have technology at your fingertips, there is no excuse anymore. I don't care what anybody tells you, because people tell us here, for example, and I know Brother Ashe could attest to this. Don't travel abroad. Don't go to Africa. It ain't nothing there for you. Don't go to Caribbean. Ain't nothing there for you. They ain't got nothing. But when we traveled abroad, we saw it was something totally different. And a different connection, if you will, when we got there. But here, as Brother P says, they'll tell us that, but we took it upon ourselves to learn more, to study more. Shout out to Sister of the Denta television show. You have a lot of African Americans who have moved to the country of Ghana, and she has a great television program where she talk about the experiences of those who came from the Americas, those who came from Europe, back home to Africa, and getting to learn the different cultures. And we should not be made to believe that something is wrong with having different tribal beliefs. If you watch the Professor William Mackey study group last night, Brother Mike Gray's topic was on culture and how do we preserve that. And a question that I have was, Ashe, was with all of the nuances of what tribal culture is, how do we regulate it? And two, how do we come up with a plan for accountability? Because there must be a plan for accountability. Everybody can't be out here reckless anymore. We just can't. And we have to deal with that. And I respect everybody's tribal norms. I love it all. I love it all. As my best friend, one of my best friends, shout out to Nikki. She probably watching too. But from Trinidad, best friend. Brother Ashe, some of his family from Trinidad. Brother Tad, some of his family from Panama. So we understand the need to connect with our history, not just here and abroad. Um, but we need others to do the same. And I believe, well, I know that's why they got rid of Dr. Aaron Connor as the AU spokesperson, because she pushed forth just that, and she was very serious about it, and the benefits of that. But brother Ashe, glad to see you on a check-in, brother. What are your thoughts about some of the things that Randy Short was talking about, and even the commentary that was going back and forth for, I don't know, over a week? I think I sent maybe you and Tad the link probably yesterday or something. But what are your thoughts on all of that?
Yo, first off, salute to everybody that supports us, man. It's your brother Ashe SJ in the building. They got Randy Shaw fired up tonight. I ain't never see this pitch in his voice before tonight. So I'm just sitting back and listening and, hearing what happened from y'all, because I don't do too much dibbling and dabbling in social media these days, you know what I'm saying? But from what I understand, though, I don't know the exact details, or maybe you could fill me in, but from what I heard, this ain't Talib Kweli's first, you know what I'm saying, like, little time we was wishy-washy. This ain't his first time with that. You know what I'm saying? I remember a few, I don't know, it's a year or two ago, I think the brother Q Butter had some words with him. And then before that, it was something else controversial that Talib Kweli was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know the story, so I ain't gonna give too much commentary on that. I'm just listening, sitting back. It's always a pleasure to have Randy Short on, because he knows so much. He got connections. He knows so many people, and he's powerful with the information. But the one thing I will say about Talib Kweli, right? And this is my whole thing. It's about character, right? I don't know the background story, mind you. But if you just tell me for face value, I'm taking it for what you said happened, right? For what I'm hearing is a black man, Talib Kweli, calling a black woman a white man, a Nazi. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we got Dr. Short back, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But first of all, black people don't even use that kind of lingo or terminology to be calling anybody a Nazi, whether you disagree with them, whether they a goddamn what's that noise? Whether they a rapist, whatever they doing, we just don't use that lingo, Nazi. So the fact that Talib Kweli is calling somebody, he even has this in his mental Rolodex to say, oh, you behaving like this, so you a Nazi, or you worse than a Nazi. The fact that that's even in his catalog to say that shows you the people that's around him. Because that's a straight up goddamn white terminology that they would say, oh, you a Nazi. You acting like a Nazi. What black person you? I never even heard this before until this situation happened. You acting like a Nazi. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you the kind of people he dealing with, or the kind of people he listening to, or moving with in his circle. You know what I'm saying? Because that energy, we don't carry that energy. When we addressing something, we address it with a different name, a different kind of energy behind it. Nothing to do with no goddamn Nazis. We don't even think about no goddamn Nazis, because we know the original Holocaust was the African Holocaust. That's the big Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't even on that kind of time. So the fact that he just said that already puts me on game. It's like something wrong with where he coming from with it, or you know what I'm saying, or just his whole background. Like, it's already sounding sus to me. You know what I'm saying? So just off of the strength of that, and the fact that he talking like that to a black woman, and he going hard back and forth on social media with a black woman.
For a week. This went on for over a week. That's crazy to me. And that's what I'm saying. You ain't from the Brook. Men from the Brook don't behave like that.
He's from Brooklyn. Talib Kweli.
That's what I'm saying. Listen. He boarded school Brooklyn. He wasn't in these streets on the block. He went to boarding school.
But didn't they say, somebody said his father used to put in work or something, right?
I don't know.
That's what
I don't care. I'm just saying, real men don't do that.
King Simon said he was brought up he was raised Afrocentric, and his parents used to put in work. I don't know who his parents are. I ain't do the research on that, but from what I heard,
his mother is a professor at Medgar Evers, and his father was a professor as well, but he retired recently. Okay. However, you may have been taught a certain way, but your behavior is something totally different. And that's what Dewan and Dr. Short and other brothers and sisters was going at him with. He couldn't deal with it. So he started throwing out random stuff that was really disrespectful. So then they started playing the dozens. You already know your mama jokes and all that kind of stuff, which really took him over the top. But if you from Brooklyn, you should be able to deal with that. If you was really out here like that, you should. I don't care who cake for him. I don't care who it is. Real people from this borough don't operate like that. I never seen nobody from Brooklyn go on social media and banter for over a week. That don't even sound right. That sound crazy.
Mhm.
I see we got Dr. Short back. Hopefully it'll work now. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, Sister Keisha, y'all want people wonder why we're always asking for donations. I had IP attack. I've got to get a new VPN. Uh, this is why I know other people COINTEL Counterpro. I can't have a conversation with a small show without them attacking my IP and silencing me. And I'm a little teeny tiny person. I don't have 500 followers on Twitter. I don't have 500 on Instagram. Why so many efforts to silence me? And these other niggas call themselves activists or rap activists, and they don't face the same censorship. I mean, where they have hundreds of thousands, millions of followers, no censorship, and genuine grassroots people who just have like a few hundred, they make certain that we can't communicate. Okay, and I want to let you know that was an attack on my IP. I've got folks drop me some coins. I got to get a new VPN. I've got to get something to protect my IP because I'm about to start doing my Angry Black Men book stuff again, and I may as well have that before they try to shut me down. Uh, uh, he
Wow.
talked about woman, but won't
Who's
ask
this
his home.
homie?
So let's get into this letter because you wrote
Okay.
an open letter to him.
Yes, I
What
did.
was this letter about? Go ahead.
The letter's about basically what I said before. I'm quite upset. Natural Hair Magazine is a publication that tries to raise up the self-worth of Black women as well as Sister Sister Kelly constantly puts up stuff to get our people to think. That's what she wants. And in a nutshell, my response is you attacked my sister. Sister Keisha, you and Mrs. Kelly among the few people that have supported me this last 10 years. And the same way they just knocked me off the internet and other stuff, if I find a place where I can derive revenue or income, trust me, they tend to cut it or attack it. I mean, I've been going through this for 10 years. It's like, damn. I mean, you wonder why certain people like Huey Newton ended up in drugs, whatever. It's because people attack you no matter who you are. This sister has been a protector of me. So when you attack my sister like this, that is a war on me. It's a war on Black men. And so I needed to speak to this man who I don't know. And as you know, I couldn't care a damn about much of the doggerel that's called hip hop or rap music. In fact, I call it dick hop, and that's what it's become. So I wanted to speak to a dick hop artist who's friends with Con Woman instead of Don Lemon and other things that he's done that I don't understand, like him being an apologist for the behavior of Africa Bambaataa and so forth. So when he attacks my sister, I had to speak to him. And I wanted to speak to him like a person who has family from other countries in the world, but I'm a Black American. Okay. All right. And Nat Turner is somehow in my family. Emmett Till is in my family. Arthur Ashe is in my family. You get where I'm coming from? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is in my family, and it's alleged Malcolm X too, and possibly related to King's mother's family. So my family lineage going back to Jamestown, Virginia, going back to Savannah, Georgia, going back to Gooseneck, Maryland, is foundational Black American. I believe, in fact, there's a man by the name of William Tucker, born in 1621, who's more than likely in my family. When you talk about Black Americans, you're talking about me. And on behalf of my people, I wanted to denounce this foreign import for his intransigence, his backstabbing, his misogyny, his profiteering off the movement and not giving anything back. And whether he's been here 4 or 5 generations, he doesn't act like it. He behaves like a foreigner. He acts like an enemy. If he's like Clarence Thomas, who's a homegrown Mr. In Between, I'll deal with that too. So that's what this letter is about. And to say to him that his cultural contribution is nil, his cultural significance is nil, and that this behavior, there's a very good book called Acid Dreams. I should bring it out and share it with you. There's been an effort by the CIA and other entities to influence Black music and arts. In fact, the drug culture and a lot of the deviant things that you see in our community that folks are told keeping it real have been introduced by white supremacists from the intelligence community. And yes, they did use Black musicians to popularize dope and drug abuse the same way these folks, every time you see them, they've got a blunt in their hand. You would think that they lived on a marijuana diet because you never see them eating food. You only see them smoking. So I wanted to talk to that fool, and I fear none of them. And I wanted to throw the gauntlet down to let them know, because this is going to show up in the People's Report, that we're waging a cultural war on celebrities and other weaponized traitors in our community who've gotten rich, and our women are missing in the tens of thousands. They've gotten rich, and there's sex slavery in the land. They've gotten rich, and they didn't say anything about Ferguson. They've gotten rich, and our Black political prisoners have been in jail for 50 years. They have a platform. I mean, even folk called Diana Ross a sellout, but when she was in her day, they spoke out against the war in Vietnam under a conservative label called Motown. These folks are supposedly for real, and they've done nothing. They've achieved nothing. They run after trans. They run after white women. They support entities that support the sexual enslavement of our women. They are pro-pedophilia down low. They don't make good music. They can't sing. They can't dress. They're not even good-looking people. Come on. Talib Kweli looks like Martin Lawrence playing Big Mama with the wig pulled off.
I know you gotta go, Dr. Short.
No,
just quickly,
a few more minutes. I mean, we're tired.
Quickly, tell us what's in this letter.
I'm tired of the backstabbing. I'm tired of them downing the righteous Black women. Why not talk about that trash Nicki Minaj, who actually spoke up? Why does this fool support the vax that will sterilize our sisters and give you COVID dick?
Whoa!
These folks are damn good.
We can't say that, Dr. Short. We can't say
trash
that.
And all of them. And
hold on, we can't say that. We can't say that. So, because we don't want to get our show pulled. But I want you to get quickly into this letter. What is the gist of the letter that you sent to Mr. Talib Kweli?
He's a COINTEL, counter-pro, provocateur, traitor who promotes deviance and self-destruction to Black youth, who's got foreign or white supremacist alliances at the expense of the misguided people who he tricks. He's got his kids by his high-level wife that he doesn't want to be like the Black fans that he promotes smoking and juuling and all this other kind of stuff. They do one thing. It's giving hog swill to our people and eating filet mignon. Okay, this is what the boule, and he's boule. We don't like the boule, and he's lucky, but there's an awareness coming that I want him to understand that those Black folks like me who've been in this country for 400 or 500 years, we're no longer going to be silent. A lot of us have been happy for people to make money and to be on TV, and we hope that maybe they would do some good for us. But now we realize that these people are irredeemable. They will never be about anything. They will never. It's sort of like expecting an HIV virus to become beneficial to your health. Like thinking if you had tertiary syphilis, somehow it's going to help your cognition. These people are cancer. They're an incurable terminal sexually transmitted disease on the body politic of black people. And we need to deal with them like traitors. I don't care how many records they sold, and he hasn't sold many. In fact, if he's so down, why hasn't he fought to get most deaf back in this country? Thank you for promoting this book.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Yeah,
Oh
and
no.
by the way, hold on. If
Go
you
ahead.
look at how they've airbrushed his career on Wikipedia, they talk about how he tried to help Asada Shakur, who he's probably never met. I have. Asada Shakur had her bounty at 1 million under Bush. Obama doubled it. He protested the Republican, but when Obama went two on what Bush did, he ain't said nothing. So he's a democratic, socialist, progressive, LGBTQ, illegals before black agent. Him and Cornel West and anybody else. And he's with Black Lesbians Matter. I am against the trash. We're tired of being sold out, and an ass isn't a pussy. If you don't have that straight, and the queen ain't.
I got you, Dr. Short, but we can't say that. We can't say that. Right now we got the title of your book listed on the screen. Tell the people about your book and where they can purchase your book.
My book is on Amazon, Slavery's Mastery. It's a worthwhile book. It's about 560 pages. I have another book called I Am Spartacus that I co-wrote with right wing Roger Stone about punk Cory Booker. We didn't talk much about the sex, but it's a takedown on Cory Booker, another phony. Basically, he's Talib Kweli in politics. Same sort of phony, hyped up, airbrushed public relations bio, and in reality, there's nothing for black folks. They've just enriched themselves. Slavery's Master is a wonderful book on black history as well as the issues of the Congo Free State. By the way, I'm working on another book called The War on Women. We'll be talking about the murder, rape, and abuse of our women and why it needs to stop.
So outside of Amazon, where else could they purchase your book?
Hollis Media, HOLLIS Media.net. Now, I mentioned Amazon, sister, not because I like Amazon, but my book, people don't, I'm just a little teeny tiny person, but the minute that my book became available, they stopped delivering mail, and my entire community, we had to go on the news. Someone stole all my books. They were stealing the books from the people that paid for them. So we had to go to Amazon to keep people, because they're trying to make it look like I'm stealing $22.95 from people to discredit you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I say Amazon, but hollismedia.net, that I have 2 books on hollismedia.net, and expect other things. And also I want folks to know that there are other things, like whether it's Black, White, and Blue, that you should encourage people to watch, where we talked about Black Lesbians Matter, or black lesbians menstruating, whatever it is, BLM. It's nothing black about it. There are a lot of things that they can see, and more things are forthcoming. I also want to remind people about Natural Hair Magazine. I really do plan to start putting more material out, since folks don't like Sister Latoyia posting articles. Imagine how they're going to feel if I start saying what I really feel in writing, as well as the People's Report. And yes, I'm asking folks, send me some donations. Sister Keisha, I need to buy about 6 or 7 trademarks so people don't steal from me. And I even want a black puppet show so I can make fun of all these folks. Oh yes, we're coming for coons. The intensification of the warfare against coons must pick up. Look at what the coons have done with us with this biological warfare on our community. How you've had coon preachers, coon celebrities, coon athletes promoting poison, the destruction of our women and children and men. So we need your help. We need your help. Y'all saw it. Whenever I go on a program, get on the telephone, my phone calls all drop, all this stuff happens. And I'm thinking, I must be about something, sister. They don't do this stuff to these other people. I mean, I get on YouTube and they cut it off. I tried to do something. They told me this can't be done from your IP address. So I need your help to break out of this box that the high tech people have me in. That's okay. We'll be in BitChute and all the other places. But I also want to encourage people, sister, I need about 150 people to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Randy Lancaster Short, so I can kickstart my Angry Black Men's Book Club. That's what really upset the people at YouTube. So I want to do it more. I have these books I want to talk about. This is a book, like, I need to go back to teaching. This is Operation Gladio. This talks about how the CIA's black budget came out of promoting heroin use of black people in Washington, D.C. and Baltimore and New York through jazz artists, the same way that they're promoting weed and all this other filth in our community through these rappers like Quaalude. This is a means to tear down our people. And I'm not knocking cannabis oil and CBD, but folks who are killing brain cells and all this stuff, everybody smoke. And yet they're creating legislation. They're building new prisons. If you notice in Alabama, they're building new jails for all the young black men
I'm
and
glad
women
you mentioned that, because Biden just said, anybody promoting, selling, cross-state or whatever, you still breaking federal crimes and
That's
you will
not
go
his
to prison.
son. That's not his son, because his son is a junkie and a pedophile. Get this book too. He's a junkie and a pedophile. I call him Blunder Biden, who may have boinked one of the Obama girls. Okay, I've seen the video. I mean, it looked like her. Not that I like looking at kids having sex, but sometimes you got to see this stuff to see it for your own eyes. It looked like one of the Obama girls.
Also, Dr. Short, like you said, those of you who have Amazon Prime, you can go there and check out Black, White, and Blue documentary with Dr. Short in it, and please leave commentary. Also, he was in the most recent Tariq Nasheed film, Buck Breaking. And we'll show a trailer of that also for those of you who want to see that.
So, Sister Keisha, we have to do this again. It's been about a year. Oh, by the way, there's this book y'all got to see. Everybody that thinks that we're making this up, this book is called COVID-19 and the Global Predators. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. I think Brother Ray showed the cover to that book last night. I think.
Yeah. I just got mine. They just released them yesterday. I paid for it 2-3 months ago. I've been waiting. People need to beware. People also need, if they need help, we're helping folks with getting religious exemptions through Salt Ministry, DC at gmail.com. We also have doctors that are trying to give people advice in terms of surviving this bio illness that's out here. People need to talk to folks. We do have a religious organization that's writing letters for religious exemption. I know you have a lot of people in New York who don't want to be.
Well, that ain't flying here in New York unless you go to court.
Right,
So,
right.
We do need a lot of people to get in these courtrooms and challenge them, because there is a winnable clause, if you will.
There is.
Definitely a winnable clause. And hopefully next week we'll be able to deal with that legal premise on how you can win that here in the state of New York. But I want to show this clip real quick for those of you who want to go to buckbreaking.com and purchase the film and watch it to support those in the film, which includes Dr. Short. And it's just funny that right after this was released, we lost Dr. Laila Africa and Dr. Patricia Newton, who were also in this film. But I'll show the clip real quick.
Buck breaking, we have to understand that buck breaking is a show of power. It's a show of talk. Biking without talking about power.
When we look at the domination of Black people by the dominant society, what we are in essence seeing is that this society wants to ensure that we are not able to actually mete out that thing that makes humans exist, and that is creating families and procreating.
See, psychologically, when we're talking about the sexualizing of our people, primarily from the dominant society of the system of white supremacy, it had to be established in a very impinging way from the mental state.
This whole notion that masculinity is somehow toxic and detrimental to society is nothing but an attempt to emasculate Black malehood.
It's clearly an agenda. If you have two eyes in your head and you're able to see, you can see that it's an agenda, and it's an agenda to decrease our population.
It's always been about destroying the Black family. The family is the foundation of a people.
The heterosexual Black male is last on the pecking order here in America. If you're just a heterosexual Black man, how are you gonna beat the case? Because when you show up to court, when you show up to the job interview, when you show up to wherever, you coming in here as a heterosexual Black man, you have no power.
When Mark Twain confessed that we white people ground the manhood out of the Negro. Why ground the manhood out of the Negro? Because it's Black masculinity that most exposes the fraud of white masculinity.
We, as the progenitors of culture, the ones who are the fathers and mothers of civilizations, who taught all people, who people look to for social cues, whether they want to realize it or not, I think they feel if they can get us to adapt to it, they can get everybody to adapt to it.
If anybody should have a problem with European males, it should be the European female. Because everything the European male has ever learned to do to us, he first practiced on his own woman.
We need resources in education. We need resources in labor. We need resources in politics. We need resources in medical. We need resources in so many things, but they ignore that and they put millions and even billions of dollars to tell us that you need to really embrace your LBGT side. So these people have an agenda, and it's up to us to understand what the agenda is.
So again, family, for those of you who want to purchase the film, you can go to buckbreaking.com and download the film and, support those professionals who are featured in the film. Also, you can go to amazon.com to view Black, White, and Blue, which also features Dr. Randy Shorten as well. You can go to hollismedia.net to purchase the book that Dr. read.
I Am Spartacus and Slavery's Mastery, and anticipate the war on women soon.
Great, great, great. So again, family, you can go to those sites to support. You see his Cash App right there, Dr. Randy Short.
And my Zelle and PayPal. Which is
Randy Short. And Zelle and PayPal. Okay. So the information is right there on the screen, family, if you choose to support. As you know, Dr. Short always comes with a plethora of information, and so fast and so quickly that it's very hard to break it down. So sometimes I got to step in and slow my big brother down, and so we can get all this information. He's moving at light speed. Garvey was known to do that. Speak and move at light speed. He would talk as if he was on a machine, if you will. So you were right in line with that vein. But again, I know if you got a couple of minutes to close out with us, I know you got other obligations outside of this.
So I'll go quickly. I absolutely would love to be in touch with you via Twitter. I am DRS11965 on Twitter. I am W Randy Short in Instagram. I'm Randy Lancaster Short in Facebook. I am Randy Lancaster Short in Instagram. I have to figure out how to get into that account. If you want to email me, I'm wrandyshoot@gmail.com. That is as well my PayPal and Zelle. I absolutely need donations because fighting this thing, they give us hell. Um, Absolutely. We have a new publication called The People's Report. Pretty soon those links will be available. I have a Dr. Randy Short page and Morris coming. I beg people, I have a YouTube channel called Randy Lancaster Short. I need about 200 people so I can go live again until they shut me down again. They're very angry. Everything I say pisses people off, and I'm used to it. In fact, I get my jollies in pissing off white supremacists and coons. So I would love for you to be a coon buster. Join me. Pretty soon, they're going to be shirts, hats, and everything else. And I want to let you know the People's Report, we want writers. Natural Hair Magazine, for which I write, I need writers. Email me, send me submissions. If you want, Natural Hair Magazine has 1.2 million followers. We need to have content. The People's Report, I'm pretty certain once it's unleashed, I think I've got a following of somewhere between 5 to 50,000 or more people. And I think that's an undercount because my following is worldwide. And the reason, as I told one brother who I may work with, I'm not a Greek, I'm not a Mason, I'm not owned by anybody. And that's how I speak from my heart about how I feel about things. We have the capacity to unite with straight black pride or whatever it is that folks in New York and others are doing. We've got to come together because there is an effort to destroy us, every single solitary one. That's inclusive of coon pastors, coon congressmen, coon city officials who are for gay first, illegals first, drugs first, everything but us. We need our damn checks cut, and we needed them like yesterday. This will not happen unless we come together, and it doesn't take that many of us. I want to remind people, Martin Luther King Southern Christian Leadership Conference never had more than 15,000 people. The Black Panthers never had more than 5,000 people. The Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters never had more than 3,000 people. The Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee never had more than 600 people. 1,000. In fact, the March on Washington movement that helped create the Black middle class didn't have more than 1,200 members. 1,000 of us with one heart and one mind to save our families, to save our men, to restore our manhood and our womanhood, and save our children. 1,000 of us could save our people. With God and each other, nobody can stop us. I know you've got other people to come on. Sister Keisha, I love you, brother Jay. God bless you. Please, we need to have more of these conversations. And in particular, before I leave, I just got an offer, and I would love to extend it to you. For people who are concerned about respiratory options, I'm speaking between the lines, people. I have someone that is willing to help get access to nebulizers at an inexpensive price where people don't have to go into the hospital. My dear brother, my dear beloved brother, Reverend Cleonard Childress of Montclair, New Jersey, lost his first wife and his sister on the same day. They vaccinated 2 Black women cancer patients. More or less, they had no choice but to consent because they needed medical care. They both died on the same day in the same hospital on 2 different floors. They are slaughtering our people in the hospitals, but there are ways for people to be saved. As a part of the frontline doctors, and I want to remind people, as much as Donald Trump is repellent, and he's surrounded by people that are repellent to us, there are treatments for this illness. Dr. XMD is a wonderful website. Dr. X, drxmd.com. Please consult it. If you've got a question about health, if someone's mistreating a family member of yours in the hospital, please contact me. I'm both volunteering, but I'm also saying to you, donate to us, because I was trying to save somebody's brother today, and they gave me a lot of hell when I was trying to tell them remdesivir kills. Don't let anybody give your family member remdesivir. Her brother had remdesivir for 5 days. Now he's dying. When I tried to explain to them, they gave me some pushback. I'm so angry, I'm now demanding a fee because when folks don't contribute, they don't hear your expertise that I've been studying and reading and talking to doctors for 2 years. And because someone called me, they didn't want someone to die, and you stomach, and then a person wants to push back because they follow prompter, they follow queer prompter readers on mainstream television. They think they know. And by the way, I have to say this, sisters, you got Sister Keisha. You need to model yourself after her. She's strong. She's intelligent. She fears no man, but she does fear God. She's a real woman, a grandmother, a wife. She's all of that. A lot of sisters out here have been privileged over black men through white supremacy, and they overestimate the strength that they have, which they really get from white men castrating black men. This is a major reason why a lot of stuff happens is we're out of order. And if more sisters are in order, a whole lot of black men that think they're women or whatever it is, or they think they live through their penis, or they're slaves to their penis, will rediscover manhood if you stop laying down with dogs. So sisters, raise the bar. Truly be a queen instead of not being a queen. You want to know what a queen looks like? It's Sister Keisha. You want to know what a king looks like, black men? You got Brother Jay. You got Brother Thad. And there are people who are standing up. Stand up. Only a handful of us. And by the way, many of us will die because we're hard-headed. But those of us that survive, that don't bow down to the big white supremacist penis that a whole bunch of people are slobbering on, many of them in entertainment and sports, will be okay. God bless you. If you're looking for a fellowship, I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and he's not a white homosexual castrating black folks telling us we have to be slaves. If you want to meet someone in the line of Nat Turner, Henry Highland, Gannett, and other people, you're looking at them. Salt Ministry is a small group, but I thank God with Sister Kelly and others, we've successfully fought pedophiles and others in D.C. with about 4 or 5 people. My God, if we only want 12, if we get 12, 15 people, that's it. We don't want a mega church. That's what's killing us. All you have to do is look at that crazy church with the dude that was screwing everybody. What's Hillsong? It should be called Swill Song. Okay.
We got enough of them here in Brooklyn. Trust me.
Well, and like with the Brooklyn Tabernacle, where they're so happy to have a white pastor, that's basically Jonestown 2.0.
Come on.
Okay, I'm just saying. And I want to tell you that the Jim Jones people tried to recruit my family back in 1975. And my father denounced the white man in my house and said he's going to kill all the people in his church. He said this in 1975. Didn't he kill them? Wasn't my daddy right? We should by now know Tuskegees and know Jonestowns when they're in front of us. And so bless you guys. Please have me back. It is so good to see you, Sister Keisha. Thank you for everything that you have done. You think I forgot everything from put me on the train. I was riding the bus in the cold, and this sister says, put this nigga on the train. And thank you, Sister Keisha, because I was riding the bus paying out of pocket. This sister put me on the train. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do that. You think I forgot? I remember. I'm not people. This is a thing between me and Quaalude. I'm not arrogant, and in fact, if I become a trillionaire, I'm going to remember who was nice to me when I was low. But I don't have to be. You get. But please, guys. In fact, sister, you know what we need to do? We need to have a burning. We need to burn our Obama paraphernalia, our sellout entertainer paraphernalia. We need to have a big burning. I mean, I've always wanted to have a big thing of Obama and set it on fire. You know, all of us need to burn we need to have a coon roast and roast all of our coon stuff to let people know we don't like coons anymore. Do you realize? I mean, if you set on a pair of Michael Jordan shoes on fire, in fact, all this money's going to go on the white one he's with anyway. And any kind of brother that would let his sister get boinked by his father for years and not say anything about it, he's nobody's shoes I want to wear anyway. Can you imagine? In fact, you'd probably get herpes if Michael Jordan had condoms. He's so diseased and toxic. Anyway, let me let you guys go. You know how to
just a note. We have your friend Sister Cheryl joining us next week.
Cheryl.
So,
yeah. Cheryl from England?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Cheryl Phoenix.
Yes.
I just talked to her. Okay.
Okay.
No, sister,
I was
by the
listening
way,
to her this morning.
she's Jamaican, but in England, and you and I, you know that she's my friend. Do I say she's a Jamaican? She's not my sister? No. We've been in touch. We've been tight. So you know me. You know I got friends everywhere, and I love black people everywhere. I just want to get respected in my spot. I'm a good guest when I go abroad. Folk have offered to screw people and stuff like that. I can't do that. I I represent my race and my God when I travel. Uh, so you can't say that, and that's why if I go and stay with Nelson Mandela's family, one of his grandchildren was being abused. He got his life together. He reached out and said, "I'd be dead were it not for you." You're one of the few people that just embraced me. You bought me shoes and I didn't have it. You gave me your money. That's how I go when I travel. I mean, I wish people, in particular for the Caribbeans and Africans, y'all have almost single-handedly destroyed Pan-Africanism, the Pan-Africanist spirit in black people. You've got genocide going on in Ethiopia. 40 some odd years, 35 years ago, black Americans were concerned about genocide and death in Ethiopia. But these folks have been so nasty to us until no one says anything, although people are dying in Ethiopia right now. Folks are dying in Nigeria, but Nigerians have pulled so many scams and stolen and been slumlords and done this stuff till people don't care. Y'all have people, the Dominican Republic, where they put all the Haitians out, stripped them of citizenship. Dominicans have treated black people so badly till people don't care what happens in these places. That used to not be the case. It Today they don't care if it happens overseas. Tomorrow, if people continue to kill the diasporan love in our community, it won't be in America. And that's it's already here. I'm not in ADOS, but that kind of reaction that's funded, it's interesting, by the same leftists promoting LGBTQ and pedophilia are funding anti-Pan-African sentiment in our community. That they're playing both
Crazy.
hands. Do you understand?
Crazy.
We're gonna have to love each other, and we don't have to kiss each other, huggy kissy, but we shouldn't. Caribbeans bring dope to Black Americans. The shower posse from Jamaica killed 6,000 people in the United States. You can't name a Black American that has killed 10 Black people in any other country in the world that weren't in the United States military. And yet we can name thousands and hundreds of our people abused by others who've come here. Y'all need to cease and desist because we're going to step to you.
All right, brother Short. We'll talk again soon.
Yes.
And you be well, you be safe, and keep the flame blowing. Keep doing what you're doing. All right.
Coon Busters out.
Oh, just want to give a quick shout out to our recent winners of the Free Haiti Movement T-shirts, courtesy of Attorney Easily Danto. We have our brother Torrey Walker posing it in a picture. I sent that to her earlier. I know that excuse me, Sister Anatu, she received hers as well, and Sister Marie received hers. I'm going to add that to the stream. And again, we might choose some more of you to be winners. I think we have a couple of more to give away. So Ashe, make your vote in our message thing, and then we'll decide who the next winner is. Let me see if I could get Sister Marie up here. What's going on? What's going on? They don't want to show you, Sister Marie. They say, nah, not that one. But your thoughts, Brother Ashe. And then we're going to go into some recent things in the media. I want our people to be very careful how you move about in your respective cities, or, wherever you come from. You need to be very careful about how you move, because this criminal element is not playing around out here. People are losing their minds. People are desperate. And I'm going to show you something for all you criminals out there. There are cameras everywhere, and they are live 24/7. In fact, you can watch them on YouTube. Live. You want to put in Times Square? Look at Times Square. You want to look at the Brooklyn Bridge? Look at the Brooklyn Bridge. Whatever it is, um, they showing it. They showing it. So we'll show that in your city. Where you from? We're gonna show that as well. But please, family, be careful out here. Um, Let me pull this up. Is it gonna work? I hope so. All right. This took place in the Bronx, I think yesterday or the day before, and it was severely disturbing to see, you know, a have you into attacked, followed home. She was followed home and made it in her door in just the nick of time before this guy attacked her. Now, I often say on this program, and even when I'm amongst friends and family, always remain alert. Exercise to gain agility so that you can move quickly when things are happening. This sister was able to move just in the nick of time. I don't know if you see that, Ashe? I'm on the other side. Yeah, I see it. All right. But here it is, like I said, he followed her. And then when she came into the building, she made it in her doorway in a nick of time. Now, this is a big, tall dude, strong and all of that. Look at this. Look how quick this is. Look how quick this is that it happened. She could have been murdered. She could have been kidnapped and trafficked. She could have been sexually assaulted. So I say, sisters, as you move about, keep them purses, them one arms, that don't rock with me. If I'm not in my vehicle or with my husband or another man, you ain't gonna see me with that. Ever. If you wear heels and you coming home, take them joints off and put some sneakers on. You gotta have movement because that could have been you. Stay off the phones. Stay off the phone so much. A lot of us, I see us walking, and you too see it, brother Ashe. People walking, head in the phone, not even paying attention to what's around them. Back in the 80s, I could have stuck y'all up real good. Because you're not paying attention. You're not focused. So I hope this video gives you a little bit of alertness to watch what's going on around you. And you got these Karens out here. Now, there was a video that was posted earlier. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick, where a brother is walking his dog, talking amongst his neighbors in Brooklyn, and a Karen pulls up and tells him, go back to your hood. Stay in your hood. How for you the invader? You're the invader. But we get lackluster. We don't pay attention to what's around us. And now that these, you call them gentrifiers, I call them invaders, are amongst us, you have to be extra alert, right? Because you got the mentally ill cats out here in the street, and then you got these Karens out here. So I want our sisters and our brothers, but our sisters in particular, to just be a little bit more cautious on how you move. A couple of months ago, a sister walking down the street in the Bronx, holding her child's hand in an attempted kidnapping, snatched the kid out of her hand. She was quick enough to jump in the vehicle and grab her son out of that vehicle. But this is the reality that we live in. This is your liberal-based reality that we live in. So, please, family, be more alert. Work out how you work out. Get it in how you get it in. Brother Ashe always posting pictures. He always getting it in for real. So you can follow him on all social media platforms and also follow his platform, Solid African, because he gives some great interviews and historical lessons. And now you have Brother Bomani and Brother Tad teaming up. What is it called, Ashe? The weight check-in? Your workout check-in. Sorry, workout check-in for the day. So a lot of people are doing a lot of things to stay physically fit in this particular time because other people are doing it. And I don't want to see a lot of us hurt. I saw an older man today in the supermarket. Now he has a walker. He had a cane, well, what looked like a cane, and shopping bags. Now he takes the walker and he leaves it in the middle of the aisle, pulls up to the number window to play his numbers, lotto, whatever, on the cane, but not paying attention to what's around him and moving very slowly. His hands were swollen, as if he has some sort of maybe arthritis problems or what have you. But I see in the parks in the weekend, you have the Yoruba older people working out, getting it in. This is serious business. We in serious times. Your thoughts, Brother Ashe, on that video and what you think people should do to stay, fit and focused with all this craziness going on around.
Yo, first of all, that video, right? I'ma always put it back on the perspective of the black man, right? But before I say that, I want to say that our people, we oftentimes are really quick to be ready to fight our own people before we put the blame on the person that really made us this way. You know what I'm saying? Which is these devils. But in this case of the video, right? That dude is way too comfortable to even be able to think that he could do that. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of what you're saying, Keisha, like, yeah, sisters should stay in shape. Absolutely right. But at the end of the day, it ain't a sister's place to be preparing to fight no goddamn man. It ain't supposed to be like that. If a sister got to go to the gym every goddamn day and say, oh, when I go home after the gym, I might have to fight a man, then that means our community is all messed up. So either way, I'm not putting the blame on the sister or the sisters that don't exercise or nothing like that. Yeah, prepare yourself. Yeah, you want to stay healthy. But I'm talking to the brothers right now. Because I see a lot of times, even in this fake conscious community, whatever you want to call it.
Get them. Go ahead.
People is always ready to bang on their brothers and bang on their sisters and things of that nature. Don't get it twisted. Like Dr. Shaw said, we need some, whatever, I don't use that word, but we need some busters, some people that's really going to G-check some of our people, of course. But I just hope you carry that same energy for these devils when you see them. Because I don't really see people talking about pulling up on these people and that people and all of that. Most of the time, it'd be talking about pulling up on your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? But in the case of brothers, right? I don't see enough brothers that's willing to put their goddamn life and their body on the line to protect the black community or black women. Now, last week on the show, I didn't get to mention it, but I think I mentioned it briefly. But the week before that, 2 weeks ago, Ashe almost had to bust a brother in his head. And he got real lucky too. Because I really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to, but it wasn't, if he wasn't copping a plea after a while, you know what I'm saying? And if the elder of the community went and came out, because it actually happened on Tompkins in front of a black-owned business. So Ashe could have been easily the person to mess the party up. You see how I go? But then again, it comes down to what's more important. Are we trying to really do things the right way and protect our community, or are we trying to have a successful event? Cause ain't no black woman gonna get disrespected and all of that in front of Ashe by a black man or a white man. That's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no black man, I don't care how hood you are, how many years in jail you done did, you just came home. None of that don't matter. You disrespecting a black woman, you out of line, you out of place, you getting put it back in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened out there. Ask the dude, yo, let's handle this like men. We ain't got to do this in front of the spot where everybody at. They gonna call police. The whole event gonna get shut down. Let's go around the corner. Dude fall back. Dude backed up. Everybody outside saw the whole thing happen. I said, you don't even take my word for it. The dude literally turned around and walked away. So then I went back to him. So now it's looking like I'm the aggressor now. So Ashe had to calm down because I'm like, they telling me, oh, he clearly don't want to fight. He just all talk. So now I got to check myself now because I'm in fire mode now. I'm ready to bust something. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to check myself because now they making it seem like I'm messing the party up. I'm the aggressor. But are you really willing to put yourself and your body and your life and your reputation on the line to hold down what you talk about and what you say you really about? Are you ready to have thought, word, and deed aligned? Deed is very important. Because a lot of people talk this, oh, we need to do this and we need to do that. Ain't nobody really about that life. Are you really going to put hands on people? Like, that's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't really about always doing that. But when it's time to do that, most of these people that you see online and all these people that's in the Afrocentric conscious community, none of them ain't really about that. And when you turn up and you show them that, yo, I'm one of these people that's going to do that, then they label you the outcast or you the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? You the person that needs to fall back. Well, nah, check this out. On my time, we really doing things the right way and we really going to get this freedom and liberation. We not playing with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that to say, like, more time, family, look, we also got to realize we dealing with a lot of sick people out here. Our people are sick, and these devils are the ones who put us in this position. Now, when it comes to this dude, I ain't even going to call him a brother. In the video, he could have raped that sister. You know what I'm saying? He could have just beat her up. She could have had children in there. He could have did something crazy to them. Never know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what he was running in there for. And he was looking like a younger kind of dude. He wasn't no older dude either. So that shows you the temperature in their hood, in their community, that he feels that he can even do that. Where are the other brothers? The brothers is always outside, right? In front of the building, posted up on the corner. Where was they at when this was happening? Because everybody is you know, on timing. That's what they say now. You on timing, you demon time, right? They always demon time for their own people. Even people in this conscious community, ready to go on demon time for their own people. But when it's time to bust heads on the people that really deserve it, nobody is found. Oh, everybody's turning the other cheek. It's not my business. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't want to, I don't want to go to jail. I got a good job. I got a business. I got a reputation. You know what I'm saying? So our morals, our values, and our principles are just going out the window. You know? And I feel like that's the same thing that with this conversation about the diaspora. You know, people come from other places and all of that, and they see opportunity here. So when they come here and they see opportunity, they got tunnel vision. So they're like, I'm coming in, I'm doing this, I'm sticking, moving, and this is what I'm trying to get accomplished. So they stay away from certain people like us. You know what I'm saying? Or just African-American people. They stay away from it. But at the end of the day, who put the propaganda in their head to stay away from us? Who did that? Because when you go back to their country, Jamaica, Trinidad, all these other places, Africa, well, not Africa, but the Caribbean, the West Indies we talking about, those is melting pots. So when you go there, you deal with the black people there, sometimes they forget they even black, especially in Trinidad, because it's a melting pot. You got the Indians, you got the Asians, so many different people that's from Jamaica, from Trinidad, and things of that nature. So they take on this persona that they are Trinidadian, they are Jamaican instead of black. But don't get it twisted. It's some real revolutionaries out there as well. It's some real people out there as well that be in Trinidad, that be banging on the Indian people, that be, you know, the coolie people and all of that, that only want to hire they own. Matter of fact, I seen it right here on Nostrand Avenue, right here in Crown Heights, a Trini spot that I go to, Trinidadian spot. I always go get my roti and all of that. It's owned by coolie Indian Trinidadians. And this black Trinidadian, straight accent, deep accent, and all of that, pulled up on him. And he was like, yo, how come y'all never hire no black people in here? And he was starting the whole protest and all of that. They didn't protest like Black Lives Matter, but he was like, yo, we boycotting this. Like, we're not doing that. So it's people that's real and it's people that's fake everywhere in the whole diaspora. Even if you look at here in America, Keisha said it's black people, more black people care about Garvey here than they do in Jamaica. But guess what, too? More black people here don't even know who Garvey is or don't like Garvey than they do like Garvey here. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that it's sick people everywhere. You got real people everywhere and you got fake people everywhere. It's real people in Trinidad, real people in Africa, it's fake people in Trinidad and Africa. So what we got to do is, like Dr. Randy Shaw said, gather with these people that are real and do your own thing. Unfortunately, weed it out, take the cancer out of the community and deal with what's healthy. And that's how we got to start from scratch. Hopefully they'll catch on, but everybody might not. You know what I'm saying? But this is how we have to deal with it. So in that video, yo, that dude, somebody need to find that dude. He ain't have on no mask. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have no hat, nothing. His whole face is exposed. Right now, it's probably somebody that saw that video on the news and like, yo, I know this dude. Are they going to pull up on him? That's the question.
That's what I say, Ashe. Somebody know this dude. Where he live at?
Are they going to pull up on him, or are they going to be his enabler? Enable that kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Allow it to happen. Encourage it even. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how hungry you are, how you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to come up and you ain't got no money or you ain't got no food or nothing like that. For you to do that to somebody like that, a sister, you know what I'm saying? Your own people, when there's so many of our enemies out here that got way more, you know what I'm saying? Our enemies that owe us, and they living in goddamn condos and mansions and all of that. And you right here doing this to your sister, you definitely soft for that. You know what I'm saying? You soft. But we understand that crime happens in the environment, that you know, your surroundings, wherever you are, that's where you're going to do something. We understand that. But in New York City, it's too goddamn small. You got we talked about gentrification. Even in our hoods, in your environment, you ain't got that excuse no more, because you got these devils in your own neighborhood right now, walking past you every day. So the fact that you look past these devils that gentrify your community and you go in your own community to try to harm a woman or try to rob a woman or whatever this dude was trying to do, it's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? It's an excuse because people don't want to deal with the real aggressor, the real enemy that we have.
That's what I said, Ashe. It's time to listen. You know, I'm known for calling bluff on a lot of people and a lot of BS. You know, I don't care. I will call bluff where it's at. Like you said, all this smoke for each other, but you let your Rugu slide on a daily basis. And I see video after video, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. These Urugus and Other groups get in your face, disrespect you, and it's always hands off. Hands off. I don't understand that. And I know for certain, if it was you or me approaching them the way that these Karens and others approach them, they'd be ready to take our head off, put us in a box. You know, I sent a tweet to Eric Adams last week when there was a different Karen situation in Queens. I sent him a tweet and I said, you talk about honing in on crime if you become mayor. Does that crime legislation include these Karens and their behavior? Because I never see you say anything about that. You don't have a plan for that. You don't have a plan for racial aggression to African Americans, to black people. You don't have a plan. You don't talk about it. And like I said before, when that incident happened with Miss Thelma in Flatbush, he didn't pull up. And you call Q Butter and ask him, he ain't pull up. But a week later, something happened to an Asian American family who live in Dyker Heights. There was some graffiti written on the gate of their store. He had a whole press conference. So I say to black people in the city, and let me stress this. We vote our way into oppression year after year after year. Our conditions are getting worse and worse and worse every time we vote. Every time we do it. Someone sent us a question on Facebook, and they said they wanted to know, and I'm going to answer this question because this also goes into the political thought and process. Why is it that the congressional body aren't mandated to take the jab, or as Ashe say, the snake bite? The president doesn't have the power, the legal power, to mandate the body of Congress or the Senate. Separation of powers prevent the president from mandating the congressional body to take the snake bite. That's the law. You learned that in the 5th grade. Like, at least I did. Separation of federal powers. That's judicial, that's the presidential branch, and the congressional body. He does not have power to mandate federal judges to take the jab or the snake bite, as Ashe say. He can. Why? Because you willingly gave up your legal voice and appointed a person, someone nominated, to speak for you, who is not. Who is not. So remember that. If someone asks you again for the person, I forget his name who put that in there. I'm sorry. I got to go back to the message. Hope I didn't delete it. But he asked the question why that is, and that is your answer. The president doesn't have the legal ability or capacity to mandate Congress to get the snake bite. That is a separate entity and a separate power within itself. That's what they call the checks and balances system. So he doesn't have the legal right to do that. But now, them being a separate body could lead their constituents to a legal referendum and fight not to get the snake bite, but they're not going to do that. And they know that the average voter doesn't know that either. Again, I haven't voted since 2013 for anybody but myself. Could you imagine if every black person who is eligible to vote in this country, instead of voting for a political hack that has been given to you to select from, you then vote for yourselves? You crush the process because the process cannot go on without you. I.e., that's what your current president said. Now, as Dr. Short said last week or the week before, a General Assembly meeting at the United Nations, the session came to speak out or to stand up against the injustices of African Americans, the race issues, and reparations. He did not attend. Israel did not attend. European Union did not attend. Various Arab states did not attend. In fact, if you look at the footage, it may have been 10 representatives in there from different nations. He never even showed up. But you put him in office. Understand the power of the vote. So again, that is the answer for that. He doesn't have the legal power to do that. And so, if you have any more political questions, you can send it to us in the chat. We will answer them. And any question, we will try to answer them to the best of our ability and lead you in the right direction. I want you to consider the voting process and how it operates, because not only can we abstain from it, we can take it over in one session. In one session. So if you have an organization of any kind, I would employ you to have political forums to educate yourself. We will be more than happy to come out and speak to your group, to educate your group on the process of organizing, the process of setting yourselves free and a part of. Next week, I hope to have enough time to touch on how in New York State you can legally oppose this jab. There is a loophole in the law, and we'll deal with that. We have a great guest coming in next week, all the way from London, who is a mental health professional. She is going to connect the dots with racial aggression and how it affects Black children worldwide. So again, there is a time difference, a huge time difference. So in the morning, I will, continue to chat with her. Again, I know she's in the bed sleeping at this particular time. So I look forward to having that dialogue, and because our children are suffering out here. You can see it in their behaviors. And you have to suffer. You have to be mentally afflicted in order to maintain yourselves in this paradigm. All of us are mentally afflicted, whether we want to admit it or not. I think Sister Aminatu posted, how is your mental health? And I think yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. Is it okay? And I said, no, it's not. It's not. My mental health, it's not. It's not. I have a problem with sleeping. Eating habits are off. It's a lot to deal with, especially the more that you know, the more difficult it becomes to deal with. And that's something that I hope you understood what Dr. Short was saying. We know a lot, we share a lot, and a lot of us are constantly learning, because this system is constantly changing. What you did 10 years ago doesn't work today. It's obsolete. This digital currency that is going to be the norm. They're still pushing for this one world currency, while other entities are fighting against that. Those of you who are in business, they're trying to hone in on your income via Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, or whatever. They coming at you hard. They're not coming at the multi-billionaires. It's always the little person who pays the heavy price for everybody else. So again, we thank you all for tuning in with us every week and joining us. We will see you again, Black, next week, bigger, better, and stronger. Stay alert, stay astute, and please, even though this stuff gets to me, I have an outlet. So you should get one as well. Brother Ashe.
Yeah, before we cut out, man, I definitely want to hail up the goddess, Sister Lavetta. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. I went to her event last weekend. Man, it was an amazing event. This is the t-shirt right here. It's called Locknificent. Beautiful event, beautiful event, man. The sister put on. I'm talking about when you talk about entertainment and putting an event on, she inspired Ashe for real. So make sure y'all follow Locknificent on all platforms. Locknificent. Yo, the sister event was off the chain, man. I'm talking about it was a lock festival. It was a day party, really. But you know, she had a hair show. She had a whole bunch of like 4 different loctician salons come and do styles in the hair, and they had the fashion. They had a Kemet look where they had comedic outfits on with ankhs, and then they had it in their hair. With the hair was crazy. It was off the chain. And she had drummers, she had singers, she had a reggae artist perform. She had like 4 or 5 different DJs, food. She had vendors. Like the sister really know how to put on an event, man. So you know, definitely looking forward to collab with her. I told her come on our platform and promote her business and anything she got going on. But it was a very amazing event. So, you know, I had to support Locknificent. Make sure y'all follow them on all platforms, family. You could get this shirt, and she got so much other stuff going on. So follow Locknificent, Sister Lavetta. Amazing event, man. But yo, shout out to our brother Tad. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. We holding it down for him. And shout out to everybody out there that supports us, man. You know, we definitely gonna come and continue bringing the information with the wisdom on top. You know what I'm saying? And being out here with the people in the streets and these different movements and these different organizations checking it out, you know, because we really want to make some stuff happen. Right now, we about to go into what I like to call another quarantine. And this should be a self-induced quarantine. You know what I'm saying? Because with this snake bite, you can't go nowhere anyway, unless you got it. You know what I'm saying? So self-induce this quarantine. It's about to get cold. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you stacking your money. Make sure you invest in. I ain't talking about just Bitcoin and all of that. Invest in yourself. Invest in your mental health. Invest in your physical health. Invest in, create a new business, get your LLC, whatever you got to do, family. But yet, let's utilize this downtime where we can't go to restaurants and concerts and all of that without the snake bite. Utilize this time, family, to level up. Just like a lot of people leveled up during quarantine, save money, built their credit up, open up businesses. We have this opportunity to do the same exact thing right now, family. So it's fall, summer is over, winter is coming. Let's make sure we leveling up, family. So next spring, we should be lit. We should be out here better than we are right now, family, doing our thing. So make sure you keep that, walk forward with that kind of energy. It's your brother Ashe SJ signing out. Remember, true courage is knowing how to suffer. The battlefield is where you stand. Sister Keisha.
Again, thank you for Sister Pat for reminding me that the African Burial Ground 30th anniversary is this Saturday, so I definitely might pull up. Again, we want to give congratulations to our t-shirt winner. This is Sister Marie. She received her t-shirt. Please, family, also know that there is a slowdown with UPS. So if you're doing business with a Black business and you get a little perturbed that your product isn't arrived quickly enough, you know, I wanted our contest winners to get it right away, so I sent it first class. But pay the money to do it. But be patient because there is now a slowdown with UPS. A shout out to Mess in a Bottle. Respectfully, I'm from Brooklyn. Hopefully, pretty soon we'll get the brother Rocky of Rock Deep Footwear on the platform too, because his company is growing crazy right now. So, and he got memberships, personal cards, VIP cards, and all of that. So, hopefully, we'll get Brother Rocky on the platform. Again, we have a great guest joining us next week. Let's deal with this mental health and particularly with our children. Stay the best in the best of health that you can be in. You know, I don't want to see none of y'all in these hospitals. None. Stay up out of there. Get your immune system in order. You know, do what you have to do. I'm not a physician. I do what I do to make it work for me. You do what you do to make it work for you. So again, family, we enjoy you for coming in and joining us this week. I think, Brother Ashe, that Dido Green posted a new video. United Front posted a new video today, and I think I want to play that. Hold on, family. Let me pull that up. Let me see. YouTube is playing games right now. And so YouTube, don't mess with me. I got permission from the artist, so don't mess with me. He said I could play it, so I'm going to play it. So kudos to United Front, Brother Dido Green, Bomani Mayasa, who I forgot, University Ave, my brother Omawali. Always appreciate good music, and these brothers definitely do that for us. So
yeah, we gotta download the video too, so we could just play it from the StreamYard.
Yeah, because these people be trying to play games, but I got permission from him earlier today, so they can leave me alone.
And then that's how, just like that, you getting B-roll footage and shit that the motherfucker can edit in and use all crazy and shit. It's like never stop recording that shit and just record everything.
Copy.
Fuck with Fetty and Manolo since the green room was a dojo. In the patio like Floyd's versus the Kodos. Man, these dudes loco. I blaze to slice your vocal. Young with the racket like we was Coco. I don't want the glamour from the grammar, but I don't want it stole from me. I probably get mad and still use the hammer. I don't understand how they win fights without their pants up. Random thoughts to man up. Harlem World to Atlanta. They all hate the question, but they all love the answer. Cool with the cure, but don't fuck with the cancer. How you with the shits with no bread for the pamper? The organized dirty laundry, it's good to have a hamper. Did you get it yet, or you a cynic yet? What I would expect from hood execs, I live bars, the verses a superset. When they reminisce over you, my God, I diminish them so quick, oh Lord. My new performance is self-assurance, ain't no conforming. This booth is formed, produce beats pass like oops is form. You rooting for 'em, can't nobody block my shooting form. Every new recording, it be feeling like a nuke is forming. I dropped it, shattered that shit, you still copped it. My verse is aging like fine wine, the finest option. Dido greedy though, trying to kill you off the Grigio. Vintage in my cellar, got Napa wanting to meet the bro. Beat the throat is my position, suggesting that people don't do it for the bread because I eat croissants. This piece of art keeps me at peace, to always speak my heart. You gon' be Glenn, the verse Lucille. I play the Negan part, to be the start. I jump in the ocean, put my teeth in sharks. Fuck a single bound, Dido leaping Clark. Sacrifice rappers, I like to eat the heart. Been nice on tracks, I'm like the sleeper car. Bring magic to the verse on the hooks, I'm like Kareem Jabbar. Greatest show on turf and Showtime, my combination. Got Fetty out on the perimeter, creating spacing. Need room for escaping. Shit I be saying, have cops waiting. Black power, motherfucker, I hate bacon. That's violation from isolation, my observation. I usually move away from the direction a coward facing. Lest he don't know himself and requires emancipation from his master's way of thinking, exposing the self-enslavement.